Okay. Good morning. It's a new day. I'm sorry about yesterday. I don't know what happened there after lunch. But I was feeling very low mentally, and I felt like my mental health really took a beating there. But it's okay. The trick is to not stick with it when it comes to that thing. What you want to stick with is your habits and your steps towards your goal. Because life will show you feedback in different ways. For example, the feelings that I had yesterday, they sucked. But that was nothing more than feedback. And for me, the question was, how long will I be in this state? 5 minutes? 5 hours? 5 weeks? 5 months? How long will I feel like I'm depressed? And for me, it was like 3 hours where I felt really shitty. But after that, I got out of it. I actually took a cold bath yesterday evening. I didn't vlog that, but I needed some time for myself, and it felt great. And now, after a good night's sleep, I feel even better, ready to take on the day. Today is really cold though. I don't know what's happening. Oh my god! Okay, time for breakfast. I don't know if you can see this, but my hands, like, I'm so red. You know, if you've ever taken a cold bath before, you know, or some of you might know that the feeling afterwards when you're so insanely cold from the water that it feels like your whole body has been sunburned. And afterwards you're just shivering and you're feeling amazing, like this happiness, and you just want to laugh. I guess that's all the endorphins and adrenaline pumping. But I feel so good. And my mind, oh my god, I don't understand why I've been sloppy with my habits of taking an ice bath or a cold bath every single day. I do take cold showers every now and then, but the cold bath is something different about that. Where, hello, you're so cute. Anyway, I love taking cold baths, I don't love taking them mostly, but I love the results that I get from taking a cold bath. And that's something from a different planet. I don't know how, but I feel like my mind is so insanely clear from nowhere. And it's crazy how your mental state can shift so much from one day to another. And I do know for a fact, because I've seen this pattern before when I've taken cold bath for like a week, every day for a week straight, how much my sanity is improved just by doing that. So this was a good reminder, because I have been sloppy lately the last couple of weeks with taking cold bath. So I'm going to do it more often now. But it got me thinking yesterday also about how we sometimes feel like the process really sucks. Like how it really sucks. But the process is our life. If we don't like the process, we don't like our life. So it's very important to learn how to like the process. Now that doesn't mean that we're going to love it every single second of every day. And that's okay. But we gotta learn to embrace that as well and just be with it. Like yesterday, when I didn't feel good at all. Because then it feels like you don't have any answers to anything and you're just digging yourself a bigger hole just by thinking, because your thoughts are not going where you want them to go. And it doesn't feel like you can do anything about it. I think it's very important for us to learn to just be with ourselves and be in the moment with the feeling that we have, even though it sucks. Learning to just embrace it, even though the feelings feel like they're killing us. Just being with the feelings that is in here in our body and embrace them. It's very important for us to do that in order to live a fulfilled life and love ourselves all the time, no matter what. And then we'll see more clearly the answers to everything. It's just like in mathematics. In order to solve the equation, you have to assume that the answer already exists. Assume in life that the results exist and they will come. Assume that the answers will come to you. And then take action on what you know what to do now. Take small action and just keep assuming that the answers already exist and they will show themselves to you. Now it's time for breakfast. Having some porridge. And look at this. We got the eggs and the veggies. Lovely. After breakfast, it's time for a 6-kilometer run. And then after that, I'll jump on the webinar, learn a lot about mindset, and maybe say a couple of words myself. It's going to be interesting. But now, exercise for the day. Check. This is discipline on its highest level. It's like hailing. I don't know if you can see this, but ice cubes are falling from the sky. And the ground is white. Oh. This is crazy. How come pretty much everything feels hard in the beginning? Like this run, the first half was tough and I wasn't even running fast. But it just felt like my body did not want to run at all. But after 3 kilometers, it felt great. It felt like I was just soaring. It wasn't even any effort that I needed to put in. It was like my body was running on its own. And isn't it like that with pretty much everything that we try to do? Writing an essay, for example. If you're in class writing a text or an essay, the beginning is hard. It's tough to get the pen going sometimes. But once you're going, you're flowing. And the same thing with starting a business or starting a new job, starting a new habit. That's why momentum is so important. Like Bob Proctor used to say, rest in peace, stick with it. Just stick with it. Once you create the habit, your only job is sticking with it. Keep going. And it will get easier, which is insane because the first half of this run, I had a pretty high pulse and a pretty bad pace. And it felt really hard. And then after half of the run, I was running faster. My pulse was the same, but it felt so much easier. How does that make any sense? Except that I'm actually warmed up and just rolling. But except that, it's like just the fact that I'm running faster and it's easier to run faster. That's just mind-blowing, and that applies to pretty much everything. Very interesting. Now I'm taking a shower, then I'm hopping on to the webinar. Okay, so now the webinar is starting. I have my notebook, some lunch, the setup, and we're ready. It's going to be very interesting, very valuable, and this webinar will be held by a man called Tigran Unajan, and he's amazing when it comes to personal development, mindset, and training, especially coaches and speakers, to be the kind of person that you need to be in order to have certain results. And basically it's a lot of inner work in order to have the outer work working for you. And it's very interesting. And we have the webinar right here. This is the man. So very grateful for this opportunity. And we have almost 400 people online to this webinar. And yeah, time for some learning. So that was a very good webinar, good energy, good information, a lot of repetition for me, but it's very valuable still to hear the same information but with new words and with a new perspective. It makes a huge difference to repeat information to yourself, because then it lands even harder. But now it's time to spend some time with friends and family. We are going to play some sports and then go out for dinner. So no more work for today, just enjoying life. Okay, so it was a lot of fun playing some games, racket games with our friends, and now we're heading out to dinner. I'm all suited up, ready to go. Look at this fancy guy. Anyway, it's gonna be a nice evening with good food and good drinks and good talk. Looking forward to it. Today has been a really good day in many ways, both health-wise, business-wise, friendship-wise. Very grateful. And now it's time for bed. So see you tomorrow.